Yeah, that's right. I'm back and I got another rant. Now this one I know will offend people. I have a ton of family and friends that do this. It drives me insane and I know they're not going to react well to this video. The snooze button is for losers and procrastinators. One of the first decisions you'll make in the morning is how to get up and get ready for the rest of the day. And that sets the tone for the day. So you hitting the snooze button, it's a form of procrastination, and that's the first decision you made that day. Think about that for a second. Procrastinating before you've even gotten out of bed. Our life is basically a product of the decisions we make. And those decisions compound and create new decisions and new scenarios during the day, the week, and the month. For example, let's say I have to get up a bit earlier and get some work done that I didn't finish the day before. Now let's imagine me hitting the snooze button 3 times. So that's 30 minutes of time I wasted. Now, when I get up, I still feel groggy. I didn't get the work done that I told myself I would. Now I feel rushed, so I'm probably only leaving a little bit of time to scramble out of the house and grab a crappy breakfast on the way to work. At work, I feel the stress of not having gotten any of that work done. My crappy breakfast has spiked and then dropped my blood sugar, so I'm feeling foggy and lethargic. And now, due to my mood and my brain fog, my work quality is low and I'm not interacting well with my coworkers or my boss. Now the contrast to this would be me getting up when the alarm goes off, getting that extra bit of work done so my stress level goes down, and now I have enough time to have a healthy breakfast, or I can pack some nutritious food to take to work. For those of you doing intermittent fasting, you can ignore the part about breakfast. Since I'm not feeling lethargic or pissy, I can get extra work done and higher quality work, as well as interacting better with my coworkers and my boss. Now, doesn't that sound better? I know that not everyone has to get up early and get extra work done. I also know that's one scenario out of an infinite number that could happen in the morning. But there is a benefit for you getting up right when the alarm clock goes off. Pressing the snooze button is a habit, not a requirement, and you made it a habit a long time ago. The good news is you can replace that habit with a better one very quickly.
But CJ, I need my snooze button.
No, you don't. You feel that way because you're conditioned to pressing it, but you don't need your snooze button. Need is a strong word. You need air to breathe. You need food and water to restore and repair your body. You need clothing and shelter so that you can survive the elements. You do not need your snooze button. That is a habit. And even though it has a strong pull on you, you can always replace it with a new habit and a better habit. I can do what I want. It's my right to use the snooze button if I feel like it. You're absolutely right. It is your right to hit the snooze button. It's also your right to put a half-assed effort in when you're at work. It's also your right to eat junk food every day, all day. It's also your right to abuse alcohol. And yes, I'm putting all those things together because they're all bad ideas. Having the right to do something and doing the right thing are not the same. Okay, CJ, you're getting a bit intense. I'm sorry, but I get a little bit excited about this topic. But let's talk about some other things we can do aside from hitting the snooze button. The first thing you could do is get up when the alarm goes off. I know people that hit the snooze button 3 times, so that's a half an hour they're burning. I know people that hit the snooze button 6 times, so they kill a whole hour. Now tell me, what would you do with an extra 30 to 60 minutes? How about doing some light stretching or even getting some exercise in? How about getting some extra work done, like my first example? How about looking at your calendar? Looking at the day and the week and seeing what you have to get done, wrapping your mind around that, it lowers your stress level. And if you do it early enough, the house is quiet, it's peaceful, there's no one to interrupt you. How about just not rushing out of the house in the morning? How about getting your things and being prepared and going out the door stress-free? How does that sound? The second option is to get that extra 30 or 60 minutes of sleep. Because what you're doing when you hit that snooze button, you're not giving yourself extra rest. That's junk sleep. It's the sleep equivalent of junk food. You're not going to feel rested 30 minutes after hitting the snooze button or 60 minutes after. If you feel like crap at the beginning, you're still going to feel like crap at the end of that 60 minutes. So you may as well just get up. Now the trick is to set the alarm clock so when you get up, you're not just frenzied and you got to rush and go, but you set it late enough that you do have to get up and go about your day. Now, I'm sure I've offended half the people I know, and for those of you that I offended, I'm not sorry. This is something I feel strongly about. If you're going places, if you're doing something with your life, you don't have time for the snooze button. There's not enough time in the day if you're working on an important project or something meaningful to you. You get up and you get on with the day. As a side note, the type of alarm you set matters. If you wake up to you're making yourself angry first thing in the morning. Your alarm can be birds chirping, or the sounds of the forest, or even a song you like. And a nice trick I use is, when I set my alarm, instead of me waking up in a panic to loud music, I set it so that the music gradually rises. Most modern cell phones will give you that option. And that's it. Rant over. Hopefully I've either shamed you into not hitting the snooze button any longer, or I've given you better alternatives to hitting the snooze button. Now please leave a comment down below. Have I offended you? Do you think I'm nuts? Or are you with me on this? And you definitely have to share this video because all of us have at least 5 people that need to hear this message. I've got probably 30 people that need to hear this. And here comes the part where you subscribe. Go ahead, hit the button. You're not just gonna see rants like this. I have a lot of content on sleep, training, and nutrition. And you know this is not the last rant, so until next time.